Welcome aboard, everyone, and thank you for joining me on another fascinating railway journey. Today, we're travelling north from Carlisle to the beautiful market town of Dumfries via the world-famous village of Gretna Green, following one of Britain's most underrated railway routes. While this line may not enjoy the fame of the West Coast Main Line or the spectacular Settle and Carlisle Railway, it has a rich history stretching back to the great railway boom of the Victorian era. Opened in the late 1840s by the Glasgow, Dumfries and Carlisle Railway, it formed part of an important Anglo-Scottish route linking England with southwest Scotland before continuing onwards to Glasgow. More than 175 years later, trains still follow much of that original alignment through some of the most peaceful and picturesque countryside in Britain. Our journey begins in Carlisle, one of Britain's greatest railway cities. For generations, Carlisle has been one of the country's most important railway junctions, where routes from London, Scotland, Newcastle and the West all come together beneath its magnificent Victorian station roof. Countless famous expresses have passed through here over the years, making it a place that every railway enthusiast should visit at least once. As we ease away from Carlisle, we're soon leaving England behind and making our way towards the Scottish border. Before long, we'll cross the River Esk and approach one of the most famous villages anywhere in the world. Ahead lies Gretna Green. Although today it's a peaceful village, Gretna Green has become synonymous with romance. For over 2 centuries, young couples from England travelled here to marry under Scottish law, often without the permission of their families. The famous blacksmith's shop became legendary as the place where countless runaway weddings took place, and even today, thousands of couples still choose Gretna Green as the place to begin married life. The railway arrived here in 1848 and played an important role in bringing visitors to the village. The original station was closed during the beaching cuts in 1965, but thankfully reopened in 1993, once again allowing visitors to arrive by rail at one of Scotland's most famous destinations. Leaving Gretna Green behind, the line begins to curve gently northwest through the rich farmland of Dumfries and Galloway. This is wonderfully open country. Huge skies stretch across the landscape, while fields roll away into the distance. Depending on the time of year, you'll see vibrant green pastures, golden crops ready for harvest, or during winter, frost-covered fields sparkling in the morning sunshine. This is one of those railways where every season has its own unique beauty. The line itself has an interesting history. During the 1970s, after the electrification of the West Coast Main Line, traffic levels reduced, and much of this route was singled to save maintenance costs. However, as passenger numbers steadily increased, parts of the line were restored to double track, improving reliability and allowing more trains to operate. It's a reminder that this historic railway continues to evolve while still retaining all of its traditional charm. Our next station is Annan. Situated on the banks of the River Annan, this attractive market town has been an important crossing point for hundreds of years. The arrival of the railway transformed the town during the 19th century, allowing local industries and agriculture to reach markets across Britain. Annan was once famous for its salmon fishing, sandstone quarries, and curing industries, while today it remains a pleasant town surrounded by some of Scotland's finest agricultural land. As we continue north, notice how wonderfully peaceful this railway feels. Unlike the busy main lines, there are no high-speed trains racing past every few minutes. Instead, the journey has a wonderfully relaxed atmosphere, allowing passengers to simply sit back and enjoy the changing scenery. The railway gently weaves through fields, woodland and small villages, passing farms that have stood here for generations. Keep an eye out across the fields and you may even spot the famous belted Galloway cattle, instantly recognisable by their distinctive white band around their middle. For photographers and railway enthusiasts, this line offers endless opportunities. The changing light, open landscapes, and traditional Scottish countryside make every journey slightly different from the last. As we travel deeper into Dumfries and Galloway, the scenery becomes even more attractive. Woodland begins to appear alongside the line, while distant hills provide a beautiful backdrop to our journey. Soon, the railway approaches the valley of the River Nith. For much of the remainder of our journey, the railway follows this beautiful river as it winds its way towards Dumfries. The River Nith has shaped this landscape for thousands of years, supporting farming, trade and communities long before the arrival of the railway. Today it provides a wonderful natural companion to our journey. The closer we get to Dumfries, the more obvious it becomes why so many visitors fall in love with this part of Scotland. The combination of peaceful countryside, historic towns, and traditional railway infrastructure creates a journey that's every bit as enjoyable today as it was generations ago. Dumfries itself has a fascinating history. The town is forever associated with Scotland's national poet, Robert Burns, who spent the final years of his life here. Many visitors come to explore Burns' house, his mausoleum and the historic Globe Inn, where he was a frequent visitor. The railway reached Dumfries in 1848 and quickly established the town as an important railway centre. For many years, Anglo-Scottish expresses passed through here on their way between England and Glasgow, making this an important link in Britain's railway network. As we begin our approach into Dumfries station, take a moment to appreciate its handsome Victorian architecture. Although quieter today than during the golden age of steam, the station still retains much of its historic character and remains an important gateway to southwest Scotland. It's stations like this that remind us just how much history survives on Britain's railways. This entire journey from Carlisle to Dumfries is one that deserves to be far better known. It may not have soaring mountain scenery or famous viaducts, but what it does offer is something equally special. Beautiful Scottish countryside, historic towns, Victorian engineering, a fascinating railway heritage, and above all, a wonderfully relaxing journey through one of the quietest and most scenic corners of Britain. For railway enthusiasts, photographers, and anyone who simply enjoys travelling by train, this route is an absolute hidden gem, and one that I would thoroughly recommend experiencing for yourself. Thank you very much for joining me on this driver's eye view from Carlisle to Dumfries via Gretna Green. I hope you've enjoyed travelling along this wonderful railway as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. If you have enjoyed the journey, please give the video a like, as it really helps the channel to grow. Please leave a comment below and let us know if you've travelled on this line, or if it's a route you'd love to experience in the future. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow railway enthusiasts, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another railway adventure. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you again on our next railway journey.